questions in English, 5 minutes on the clock, and a native speaking English teacher. Welcome to 5 Minute Friday. Hi everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to 5 Minute Friday. Today I have some excellent questions from my viewers. I've put all the questions into this little bag. I'm going to put 5 minutes onto my timer. Just a moment, there it is. 5 minutes onto my timer. And let's go to question number 1. Question number 1, what's a study and what's an office? Okay, they are both rooms where you do your work, but an office is only for working. Your office is your bureau, but it is not in your house. Okay, your office is in your company's building, not in your house. In your house, when you have a room for working, maybe with a computer, a nice desk to write at, that is your study. Sometimes people do use the word office for that room in their house, but it's actually not correct. Study is the correct word. Sometimes people might also say home office, a home office, okay? But study is that room where you work in your house. Office is the room where you work at your company, where you get your salary, hopefully a good salary. Okay, let's go on to the next question. And the next question is, what can I do to improve my accent? Excellent question. It is difficult, I know. In French, I still have a terrible accent, but I improve my accent by listening to native speakers. That is so important. Listen to how I pronounce the words and try and copy that. Listen to Americans pronounce the word and try to copy that too. It is normal, if you are a French speaker, that you do have a French accent when you speak English. It's just a question of practice and time. Also, many of you had French teachers at school teaching you English, so unfortunately you learned their mistakes. You learned their incorrect way to pronounce certain things. So my best advice for you is to listen to native speakers as much as possible, okay? Really try that. Listen to native speakers. Another very common problem that I hear when French-speaking people speak English is that they don't pronounce the S at the end of a word. If there's an S at the end of the word, we pronounce it, okay? So that's probably my best advice for you. Really, just try and listen to native speakers as much as possible. Let's go to the next question. But that was a good one. Thank you. Practice, and time, unfortunately. I love your dictate videos. How do you say dictate in English? Thank you. Yes, I did a new dictate video. I think it was last week. A nice British English dictate video, but I don't say dictate in English. We say dictation. And dictation videos are actually a great way to improve both your listening comprehension and your writing skills in English. So, yeah, I really like dictation videos. I think they're a really good way to continue to improve your English. So if you haven't seen it, I'll put there it is, there's the video, and I'll put the link in the description to this video if you want to go and have a look. But let's move on to the next question. What's the difference between on and onto? That is a good question. That was a question on my 5 Minute Friday video from 2 weeks ago when I said I will put 5 minutes onto my timer. Now, I didn't actually say onto together, I said on to. But your question was about the difference between on and onto. Now, I know they look a little bit similar, but they are different. I'll give you an example sentence. Let's say something like, I was riding my bicycle on the footpath. Okay, I was riding my bicycle on the footpath, or I rode my bicycle onto the footpath. Now, onto signifies movement from one place to another. Okay, so they both have movement in the sentences. On the footpath, there I am, cycling along, ding, 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 oops, ding, ding, ding. There's my timer. I just have to stop that, but I'll continue this question. Yeah, so I'm on my bicycle on the footpath, but onto signifies movement from somewhere else. Maybe I was cycling on the road, and then I came onto the footpath. I've moved from one place to another, and that is when we use onto. But it's not just for people, not for just somebody like me on my bicycle. I could also move something. Even I could move information. Here we go. I have a, do you know what that is in English? A USB key. I have a USB key, and let's say, for example, I have a file on my USB key. I have a file on my USB key. Can you move that file onto my computer? I'm moving it from the USB key onto the computer. Okay, there was movement. I've gone from the key to the computer. So that's really the difference with onto. There's a movement from one place to another. We had the example with me on my bicycle onto the footpath. I've gone from the road or the forest or somewhere onto the footpath, and then with the USB key, with the file, okay? From the key to the computer, onto the computer. And that's what it's all about. It's all about movement from one place to another. Thank you for that question. Thank you for all the questions. We had some interesting questions there today. If you have a question for me for next 5 Minute Friday, please don't hesitate to ask me. It could be about absolutely anything, as long as it's in English, of course. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.